So, guys, this is Mr. David Icke. He is a British gentleman and he's a conspiracy theorist. He's an author and a former footballer, sports broadcaster. So, he has written many books and he has a lot of conspiracy theories. Now, one thing that surprised me was this when I saw that major platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter have taken action to remove David Icke's official channels and accounts. YouTube deleted his official channel in May 2020 due to violations of policies regarding misleading information about the coronavirus pandemic. Facebook took down his official page for publishing health misinformation that could cause physical harm. Twitter permanently suspended his account for violating the rules regarding COVID. So, the question is, why is everyone going after this guy, right? So there's a video of him that surfaced. This was shot many years ago, I think almost like 10 years ago, 2015 or something.
World wars change worlds. And if you have a global agenda, then global problems allow you to offer global solutions. This is an agenda that's projected a long way forward. The Muslim world being brought into a war with the political Zionism, what today we call Israel, and that this would, in my terms, create a vortex that would draw in the world, in our terms, America, the European Union, NATO, into this war. I mean, I know it's hard to believe for anyone frickin' sane. And then you've got what I've been saying now way back in the 1990s. The idea is for this Third World War to involve Russia and China against the West. And what's opening up in the Ukraine, while all this is starting to go on in the Middle East.
See, by the way, this is an older video. The Ukraine problem had just started. You had all those protests and political machinations going on in Ukraine. So this was 2014 or 2015, something like that, during that time. Anyway, let's get it over on the video. So imagine this guy, he saw what was about to happen, even then, back then.
While all this is starting to go on in the Middle East, is another front against Russia. The United States is preparing for a war against Russia through Ukraine, and that
because finally that's what happened, right?
They plan is to try to take Crimea back. Saudi Arabia and Qatar, who are 51st states of the United States, there are many of those, mind, funding this ISIS and funding this terrorism, while the Americans, who could tell them to stop any time, are saying, are condemning the very terrorism that their 51st states are supporting. Well, the picture's so bloody obvious. It's a setup. When you look at it from this perspective, what is happening in the Middle East is not random. None of it's been random. Libya's not been random. Syria's not been random. None of it. And ISIS.
This is another thing. The Arab Springs just took out so many leadership in the Arab world, right? Gaddafi gone, Saddam Hussein gone, Syria completely destroyed. Bashar al-Assad is right now, he's gone. So some people claim that maybe the Arab Springs was started by CIA. Maybe it was by CIA and Mossad. And the idea was to show the Middle Eastern leadership their place. That if you do not get in line with what we want, then this is the same thing that will happen. Okay? You will be overthrown and we will place our puppet in your place. Because in any case, the families that run the Middle Eastern countries, they were placed in those places by the British government, right? The British and the American governments. So
Syria's not been random, none of it. And ISIS certainly isn't random. It's part of this long-term plan to take over the world by creating enormous chaos to which they can offer the order out of the chaos, their order, their new world order. And when we realize that, we can see that events are not random, but coldly calculated. These people are...
That's the best way to make people listen to you, right? Like, you create an atmosphere of insecurity and uncertainty, and then you present yourself that, oh yes, I have a solution for everything. All you need to do is just follow my lead. And then you have people following your agenda. And that's what the US does everywhere.
Events are not random, but coldly calculated. These people are sheer, undiluted evil. And people need to understand that. Otherwise, they will reject that anyone could do what they're doing and kill and maim and slaughter so many people. They can do it because they have no heart, they have no empathy, they have no emotional compassion, and thus mayhem is their currency, and they have no emotional consequence. They are not like us, so don't judge what they'll do by what you would do, because it ain't the same thing.
No, there is a lot of smoke, but some fire. Thing is, I mean, it's all conspiracy theories, right? It's all theories. But then when people like this gentleman over here, the way he just said everything, and he was talking about, I think 10 years, maybe even longer than that. I think this was in 2014 or 15. So imagine, back in that time, he had already foreseen what was about to happen. Ukraine has been used against Russia. The Middle East is in shambles. Like, not all the countries, but you can see what's going on in the Middle East. And the people who are leading this new world order, they are brutal, right? And they don't give a damn about human beings. They don't give a damn about civilians, about normal people like you and me. Because for them, achieving or attaining power, complete domination, that is their goal. And they will do anything to achieve it.